A weekend of celebration in Spokane comes to a close with a Sunday showcase in USL League One. Breakfast in bed has been served, flowers have been delivered, and all that's left on this Mother's Day is a top four clash at One Spokane Stadium. Today's match is brought to you by Primera Blue Cross. Here are the standings heading into this monumental matchup early in the season in USL League One. Spokane Velocity and FC Naples are right where they finished last season, 3rd and 4th. Those crucial top four spots that get to host a playoff game. Of course, we're a long way away from that, but the winner of this match has a chance to go level with One Knoxville on 17 points, should they find all three in this game. For Spokane Velocity, their home form this year has been their biggest strong point. 4-0 with 10 goals scored and 3 conceded, and that has been enough to really light up these fans. Coach Lee Wiedman says that the intensity of the fans goes back to the relationship they form with the players. They want to be entertained. They want to be excited, and it is forming a real bond in this community as the support in Spokane grows stronger and stronger. The home fans have not seen Luis Heel take the field at One Spokane Stadium since back on March 21st, when he scored his only goal of the season in the league in a 3-1 win against the New York Cosmos. However, this is a player that FC Naples definitely know well. Heel scored the game-winning goal in a 1-0 win down in Florida at the end of last season. But there are fresher memories on the minds of Matt Poland's bunch as they enter this match against Spokane. They're trying to forget about a 3-0 loss to One Knoxville last time out, another matchup with a team at the top of the League One table. However, there were some positives here if you look beneath the scoreline. They created offensive opportunities. They could have been in this match, and Matt Poland is keeping a positive approach as they move forward in the season. Lalo Delgado will have to wipe that slate clean after giving up not only those 3 against Knoxville, but 4 goals last week in the previous match against Miami FC. You look at the course of the season, he's got 4 clean sheets and has shown an ability to keep opponents out during his long and successful career in USL League One. We are just moments away from kickoff on a beautiful Sunday in Spokane. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's FC Naples versus Velocity FC, live on ESPN+.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Let's take a look at our team sheets as we approach kickoff in Spokane, starting with the home team. And today's lineup is brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Sean Lewis making his first start in goal with Carlos Marancio out. This is also the first game in the league that Neil Binos isn't starting. Luis Gil holds it down in the 10. Nico Brett and Jack Denton back on the bench. Couple of big names available to Lee Wiedemann today. The away team is FC Naples, and Matt Poland mirrors Spokane with 2 changes of his own from their last league match, a 3-0 defeat against Knoxville. It is Taylor Gray coming in for the now retired Max Glasser, and he will play wingback as they shift to a 5-2-3 formation. A little bit of a change after that unexpected departure of Glasser. Kevin O'Connor over the ball as we get started. Happy Mother's Day to one and all from here in Spokane. My name is Parker Johnson. So happy to be with you. It is Velocity FC looking lovely in lilac. A day after celebrating 509 Day in honor of the local area code. It's really been a beautiful weekend here in Eastern Washington. Wrap it all up here with a matchup of 3rd place Velocity versus 4th place FC Naples. So you can immediately from kickoff see Naples' new shape taking form. That back 3 with Mark Torres, number 21, dropped in as a center back. A line below where he usually plays in midfield. Clipped into the box, a skimmed header. Gives early pause to Sean Lewis, who's inserted into the starting lineup for the first time this season. Gio Miglietti with an early opportunity and a real look at goal. Here are your keys to the game presented by Ford. And for Naples, we're thinking about picking your moments. After talking to head coach Matt Poland, he admitted that there might be times in this game where they have to sit back a little bit, absorb some pressure, but it seems like from the opening kickoff, that certainly was one of their moments. And for Spokane, play with some joy. Head coach Lee Wiedemann was happy to honor all the mothers here on Mother's Day, and he said he wants them all to enjoy a good performance, a fun day out with the fam. And for Spokane, their last match on the road against Corpus Christi was a bit of a stodgy one, a 0-0 draw with the new expansion team who is still winless in league play. They were really disappointed with the performance there and felt like they needed to add that little bit of extra creativity and free-flowing activity in the final third. So play with some joy, and everybody will leave here happy after this one. See if Spokane can keep their perfect 4-0 home record alive. A tantalizing cross pulled back to the top of the 18-yard box before it's cleared by FC Naples. Come into this match with a 4-2-2 record. They are unbeaten on the road this season. They've only played 2 matches away from home, but this is potentially a harrowing road trip. After this match this afternoon in Spokane, they'll pop over to Boise and take on the League One newcomers who have gotten off to a very strong start here in the 3rd division. A lot of teams are going to be doing that double road trip given the closeness of the travel, and Naples will be one of the first to test their mettle. Now it's Alexandra testing Torres and earning a corner kick for Spokane. This will be an ICCU corner kick. Financial Success Fan Club. Lee Wiedemann in his 3rd season as head coach of Spokane Velocity, taking a little more of a backseat role as you see Neil Clavity next to him, the former forward Madison assistant with the tactics board, and Wiedemann's been able to play more of the classic manager role opposed to head coach this year. Heels ball to the back post, sent into the side netting by Cameron Miller. the towering center back from Spokane, who earned the Player of the Match award, which they call the GOAT of the Match here in Spokane, after that shutout on the road against Corpus Christi. Spokane, just a team that can hurt you in so many ways. You saw how they drew that corner with Alexandra showing that 1v1 ability that he has put on display since joining from Charleston Battery. They've got those creators through the middle like Heel, Vinyals, Colin Fernandez, and Andre Lewis start behind him in the pivot in midfield this afternoon. And then the firepower up top as well. It's Anwar Pelaez getting the nod at center forward. Siobhan John Brown stepped in there unexpectedly and was able to put together a nice run of form for Spokane, especially here at home where he notched a couple goals and an assist as the stand-in striker while Nico Brett was out with injury. Brett is also back on the bench today for this stacked Spokane squad. Opara's cross, cut over the top. Luis Heel ghosting in behind the near post run of Anwar Pelaez, and he knows that he should have done better with this chance. It's a perfect ball from Opara. Could Heel have gone with his left foot there? May have offered him a little more control than the outside of the right, but the location of that bounce in front of him made it so tough to make clean contact with the ball. And after that initial opportunity from Naples, Spokane really taking hold of this game in the first 5 minutes. Farine is the outlet. He has help from Miglietti, who goes down and earns the foul for FC Naples. Played quickly at the feet of Kevin O'Connor. One of the key traits of this 5-back lineup, or 3-back lineup, depending how you want to look at it, is the freedom of these wing backs. It'll be Cisneros and Taylor Gray on either side. We already saw Cisneros get that early cross into Miglietti. He's the target here. Sees it go over his head, but two players who are very familiar in that position. Cisneros always an attacking threat, whether he's playing fullback or wingback, and Matt Poland has made the decision without Max Glasser available to him, who's been the guy in his trusty back four. He's going with the wingbacks today, using a player in Taylor Gray, who can add a lot of thrust on the right as well. They will also have to defend Alexandra! Spokane's new ace opens the scoring. And how on earth do you stop this? He squares up to Reyes. He goes on to his left, and it's a bullet into the bottom corner. Yoder back foot defending. Spokane on the board early, as Alexandra notches his second goal in Spokane colors in the league. Spokane hungry for more. On the right, John Brown, heel through the middle, strikes it off the defender, and Lewis was that close to doubling the lead. When this Spokane wave crests and crashes, it is so difficult to defend. A player like Lewis to come from deep and pick up those loose balls at the edge of the area, the runs forward, the dynamic wingers. You're seeing Spokane in full form right now. One of the most complete squads they've had for selection. It's Pelaez this time as they continue to pepper Lalo Delgado's net. Let's just recap you on our injury report, which is brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. We mentioned that this is the cleanest bill of health that Spokane have had. There was the unexpected absence of Carlos Morancio for this match, but of course they've got the reigning two-time goalkeeper of the year, Sean Lewis, to fill in his shoes and wear the #1 shirt today. For Naples, just Jaden Strumeyer, the defender, still out with injury. In terms of the squad that was available, it was the midweek retirement of Max Glasser, the FC Naples right back, that was really the big change that forced Matt Pullen's hand coming into this one. The 25-year-old had started 6 games in the league this season, and he moved on to pursue other professional opportunities, hanging up his boots after a great run with FC Naples, which included scoring his first professional goal just a couple matches ago on the road against Portland Hearts of Pine to claw back a point in the 86th minute. It was a pretty important piece to what FC Naples did. This is the first match playing without him, up against a Spokane team that has felt unstoppable at home. Big-time header from Miller as he advances forward. Reyes. Cisneros needs a couple touches to bring it down, but he had enough space to do so comfortably. O'Connor sensing the need to find some kind of foothold in this match from a possession standpoint for FC Naples. Get some of that territory back that they have ceded in the opening 12 minutes. Scan now and you can win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Tap House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Velocity hold the line at the edge of the 18-yard box. Lots of room for Garcia to hit with this delivery. It's too close to the goalkeeper, though, and that is easy pickings for Sean Lewis. "34 years old. We thought he was going to be headed to Tormenta in the offseason. He went on to sign with Spokane, and he was accepting of the second-string role behind Carlos Morancio. Worked it out with head coach Lee Wiedemann, and lo and behold, in just the 8th league match of the season, he gets his opportunity. Lewis has played in all 3 cup matches for Spokane, 2 in the Open Cup, and big defeat in the USL Cup last time. Shot comes in from Pelaez as Delgado finally gloves one. Player to watch will try to get settled His defense has been under siege in the opening stages. Again, just incredible to think about this Spokane attack and the way that things have played out early on in the year. Pelaez is still looking for his first league goal as well, after leading the team with 11 last season, most of which he scored in the first half of the year, before ceding that role to Nico Brett down the stretch. But you consider Spokane's 11 goals on the year, and you wonder what the ceiling is of this attack and this team as a whole if they can add in an informed striker to that mix. It was John Brown for a couple of games, but I think Lee Vieben was aware of the fact that that was not going to be a permanent solution once Nico Brett and Anwar Pelaez were fully firing and back in the fold. John Brown in his own right, one of the best wingers in the league as well. So he goes back to his natural position in this one. Space here to move forward for Naples. Dispossessed by Gagi, who opens his stride in the midfield. A little chop from the Georgian center half, and eventually pumps the brakes. Fernandez playing quarterback, dropping between the center halves, and just look at the position of Cam Miller on the left and Gagi on the right. Happy to let the midfielders control it, but the offside flag is up on Moses Mensah. Speedy Ghanaian left back. Spokane sitting low, allowing Naples that possession around the midway line. They're not too worried about those three center backs in blue. But as soon as it comes in, they clamp. You see it again there as Lewis comes away with it after the stab in from Gagi Markvelashvili. Hey, Naples fans, this one's for you. The USL on the CBS Sports Network continues on May 13th. That is Wednesday with a primetime showdown as newcomer AC Boise takes on your FC Naples at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network. Spokane quite happy to have a new regional rival with the presence of AC Boise. By far the shortest trip they have in terms of the tough road travel that exists within this league. But as great as it is for Spokane, tough for those teams who have to go back-to-back and play Spokane and AC Boise, especially to do so on a short week like FC Naples has to. Garcia was able to pick up a pocket and bait Andre Lewis into a foul. Whatever Lewis started, Colin Fernandez finished. That's the kind of connection those two have in midfield. Both attacking and defending, in possession and the like. Fernandez, another player who missed time early in the year after picking up an injury in the home opener against Omaha. He was restored to the lineup against Corpus Christi for his first league start since that season opener. Another example of Lee Wiedemann's best 11 still forming early on this season. Garcia, so difficult from that straight-on angle to find a useful delivery, but he's managed to win his side a corner. For all the early dominance of Spokane in the attacking zones, this ICCU corner kick could be an opportunity for Naples to equalize. 20th minute, O'Connor. Gaggi's header flies to the top of the box. Farine can cross. Men at the back post. Opara gets it away. O'Connor letting it run out of play. It's back with Aiden Macias, who will just drop the tempo a touch and allow the Naples defenders to scramble back after coming up from that corner. Taylor Gray on the move. Playing wingback today, skips past Fernandez. Now has help from Moses Mensah. Fernandez up the sideline. And Meji carries it away. Flying challenge comes in. It's well won by Macias. Great work in transition. If Alexandra, the goal scorer, got away, that would have spelled some danger for FC Naples. That's the balance they'll have to strike with playing these wingbacks, especially players like Gray and Cisneros, who love to get forward. That added responsibility to track back defensively and the potential to lose it high up the pitch do provide a little bit of extra danger. Fernandez. Foul whistled on Torres. Luis Gil, our man to watch. Allowing the artillery to move forward, position themselves at the edge of the 18-yard box. 2 men in the wall for FC Naples as we approach the halfway point of the first half. It's a tangle of legs inside the area. Frustration for Spokane, but never enough for a penalty to be awarded on something like that. John Brown was stuck as the last defender back, and he's wondering where his help was. This is far from his normal position. Naples bring it all the way back with Lalo Delgado. Farine was trying to float into a pocket, no pass drilled into his feet. Now he makes a run across the back four. Spokane's disciplined block, so hard to cut through, especially in the central areas. Mensah out to pressure on Taylor Gray. Macias' pass broken up. Given again to Spokane. There's a run here from John Brown. Sonzo keeping it himself. Needs to be a good header out. It finds the chest of Heel, volleyed forward. Naples having trouble getting out of their own defensive third. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to give back. Please visit our site at www.windermerefoundation.com. Minute here from Spokane. A 75-degree day in Eastern Washington. Happy Mother's Day to everybody tuned in. We got to talk to both the coaches this week about what that matchup and what that holiday means to them. And hearing Matt Poland talk, it was very inspirational as the ball played through. Miglietti can't latch onto it. He said that as a native of the FC Naples area, Southwest Florida, he didn't really think that his soccer career was going to take him back home. He spent a lot of time in Chicago. He played professionally in Finland and Sweden. But this opportunity to come back and coach FC Naples has given him a chance to keep his family close by as well. His mom and dad come to every match, and he said that hug from a mom after the game, it is something special. He didn't think he was going to have that level of consistency again in his career. And he wanted to give a shout out to his mom on Mother's Day, who, of course, is at all the home games, but has to watch here on the stream for the away matches. Just one of the many stories shared this week by players and coaches on a special holiday for all involved. Farine fighting to win it back. Inside channel brought down Cisneros, and that is an early booking, the first of the match given out by Mohamed Kalea. Siobhan John Brown with some apologies to his teammates after losing the ball here. He was trying to get back and win it. I think his first touch is on the ball there. There is a little follow through on that back leg coming in from behind, but that's a harsh yellow to be sure within the first 30 minutes of the match. But either way, a set piece for Sean Lewis to contend with here in the Spokane goal. Looks like he's setting up a 3, maybe a 4-man wall. Just on the edge of shooting range. Julian Cisneros. Eyes up the goal. High and wide. Not a bad effort from there, but at such a distance, it takes a real perfect strike to beat a keeper the quality of Sean Lewis. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Christopher Garcia, leading scorer and assister for FC Naples, trying to craft up an opportunity as Naples fight their way back into the match. It was Alexandra's goal early. He's able to start the break as Pelaez wins the foul. Reggie Alexandra with a beautiful left-footed goal inside 10 minutes. Spokane nearly looked like scoring a second in the period just after that, but Naples have then grown into this match. Something that Matt Poland was aware of heading in. Certainly wasn't within the plans to concede a goal so early, but he knew that there would be sections of this game where they were going to be on the back foot. They had to weather that storm and get through it. Young team that is still finding themselves, FC Naples. Some big departures, of course, from last year. No more than leading goal scorer Carson Henderlong, and Matt Poland knows that the attack is always the last piece to come together. It takes so much trust, it takes so much timing, and you have to develop those relationships. Throw in the fact that strikers have been swapping shirts to start the season. Dominic Backstein, the leading goal scorer. Gio Miglietti, who starts today, is there in the box, and he's had lots of injuries to contend with. He's missed some important reps in the preseason. You can see those wraps on his left arm and wrist. Sean Lewis drew a whistle from the referee, but it was Garcia who was pestering him inside the penalty area. The Spokane fans feeling like Naples number 11 deserves to be where their number 11 ended up a few minutes ago in the referee's notebook, but no yellow forthcoming for Chris Garcia. Did get a bit of a talking to, though, from Mohamed Kalea. He'll have to be careful. Pushing up the defensive line as Pelaez tries to run in behind. Beaten to it by Mastrantonio. Elite Minds, unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit our website today. Andre Lewis connecting with Heel. Can't get onto the second ball as Farine carries it away. Pressured by two, navigating, twirling. Well done to keep the ball. Kevin O'Connor, ever present in the FC Naples midfields. Running the show. Gray joining in. To get it to Farine. Got Cisneros there on the far side. Likewise, Yoder. Penetrating pass. Goes into Biglietti, but Wasn't the best knockdown from the Naples forward. Better in possession though. Out comes Delgado. Tough clearance. Luis Heel gets past one. Delgado's out. Well, you gotta have a crack. Luis Heel never shy about it. And then you have to say that Kevin O'Connor did just enough to delay this and make that shot a little tougher on Luis Heel. Delgado had gotten back to his goal by the time it was headed his way. But with the right strike, it probably could have found the back of the net. Great tackle there from Chris Garcia. After that warning from the referee, he did it cleanly. Cisneros is free up the left, working against Miller. A little bit of a drag from behind by Gagi. He pulls it forward with him. Cisneros going down. Poor read there by the Naples back line. Pelaez is on it, eyeing a shot. First blocked away by Master Antonio. Now Pelaez looking for support. It's Colin Fernandez. All of a sudden, Spokane moving more in transition to set up their opportunities. So we remind you that Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. You can visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select is the player's choice. Another yellow card for Spokane. This time it's Andre Lewis upending Christopher Garcia. It's a tough tackle. It's from behind, and it's also stopping the break to an extent. It's a little bit easier decision for the referee that time. This is a similar position to where Naples were in their match last weekend against One Knoxville. They conceded early. They had chances to get back into the game. Ultimately, they weren't able to capitalize, and then it was a second from One Knox and a third. All of a sudden, it was 3-0, and there was no way back for FC Naples, trying to avoid the same fate against another team at the top of the League One table. Miglietti bounces it out to Gray. Back post ball. Cisneros can't keep it alive. The cross a little too deep. Taylor Gray, who had a goal and 3 assists in 23 appearances last year for Tormenta FC. That was where he played wingback for the first time. He's definitely more of an attacking player. Played as a left winger and a attacking mid with Chattanooga FC, which is where he had his best years. He was the scorer of their first ever goal when they went professional after starting with the club in the NISA ranks. He's become a steady player in USL League One. Still waiting for that breakout campaign. Torres able to close down Alexandra this time. That was the one-on-one matchup that produced Spokane's goal. Torres learning his lesson. A player whose growth has been praised by Matt Poland as a player who was a little bit unrecognized coming out of college. Signed with FC Naples during their expansion season last year. Played every single match. Wanted to come in and make mistakes to get better, attacking that every day. He's really grown in his leadership this season as all of a sudden a veteran presence within the League One roster. Taglienti catching up as Macias carries. Farine out on the left. Draws in Andre Lewis. Get a glimpse of how FC Naples are trying to create overloads, moving those center midfielders onto the side where the ball is to work with the forward and the wing back on that side. Garcia cuts in. Sliding challenge, free momentarily in the box. Cleaned up by Lewis. 5 minutes until the halftime break. We enter a key stretch of this match. Next goal, either way, would really shift the proceedings. But beware, the only other 2 times this fixture has been played, it has ended 1-0. Both games last year won by the away team, with Naples coming out victorious in a March contest here in Spokane, and then Velocity FC returning the favor on the penultimate match day of the week, just before the playoffs began. Spokane in full control for most of this first half. There have been a few bright sparks for FC Naples. They haven't found that golden opportunity yet to equalize. Sent through for Heel. Delgado arriving a little late, but does sneak in front of Anwar Pelayas. Gray with the give and go. Can he get in behind Mensah? Great strength from the Spokane left back. Heel bodied off of it by Yoder. Kalea tells him to get up, and now the play will be stopped. Referee was happy with the challenge, but Heel may have caught one in the face in the process. It's a little bit of an extension of the arm from Yoder as he was heading away. Maybe that's what caught Heel. Definitely a full body challenge. Spokane have been on the harsh end of a couple decisions in this first half. Lumber Beer Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and our food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. Lovely flick, brings in O'Connor! Not a bad effort there. Fully got a hold of it, the Irishman O'Connor. What a setup from Aiden Macias. Going with the back heel flick around the corner. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. Gray hesitates and draws the contact from Colin Fernandez. The tension continues to rise. Naples pushing hard before the halfway mark. Gagi heads, shot comes in. Farine was interfered with, and it's out to Gray. Torres. Decent ball in, a clash of heads, and a foul coming out for Spokane. This half stoppage time presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort and Hotel. There are 2 minutes at a minimum tacked on to the end of this first half. Might be a little more now with Gagi Markvillashvili struggling to catch his breath after that big-time collision. It's taken some time for the Georgian center back to settle in here after coming in from Oakland roots late in the preseason. Of course, the departure of David Garcia going in the other direction, the longtime Spokane center back. Heel over the top, looking for Pelaez. Good defensive work there from Farine as the half comes toward its conclusion. Looked to be a really promising position. Heel has found some of those through passes, some creases in the Naples back line. In particular, with Naples playing that 3 center back system, there is space in behind the wing backs. Those outside channels. We saw Meji Alexandre exploit it for the first goal going through the left, and Pelaez nearly sneaking in through the right. Mohamed Kalea brings this half to a close. An early goal for Spokane. Naples fought their way back into this one. A match deserving of its top 4 title, as Spokane looked to hold strong at home and continue their perfect record early on in the season at One Spokane Stadium. We are going to step aside for halftime, but a great halftime show coming your way, so don't go anywhere.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months. Or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 Wild bonus cash.
Welcome back. Halftime in Spokane. 1-0 with the home team in front. Fans, scan now and you can win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flatstick Pub, Casa Tap House, Konala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Let's take a look now at our team of the week in USL League One. Dotted by one Knoxville players, Portland Hearts of Pine, Charlotte Independence well represented as well. And your player of the week, Ollie Wright, with a phenomenal performance for Portland in their big win. And the coach of the week is one Knoxville's Ian Fuller, but that was not the only award that he won recently, including Coach of the Month. Fuller continuing the success of 2025 as one Knoxville won the league and Players Shield double, and of course have gotten off to a great start this year, top of the table and advancing deep in the US Open Cup as well. And after 2 months of play, we have some new award winners, so we will show you those as we continue our halftime coverage.
Great pass through, challenge made. Wright pops right back up. Oh my goodness! Ollie Wright, are you serious?
Rosa gives it a go! Here's Moon, strolling forward on the break now for Boise. Kostashin in space, and finishes! It is a buzzsaw from Boise, and they're 2-0 to the good. Has options in the box. Kostashin goes for goal, and what a strike it is! It is a world-class finish from a player who has set the world alight in Boise.
Oh, that is a screamer! Yeah, and a
goal! We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Kostishin goes for goal. It is a buzzsaw from Boise.
Big back post, crashing in. Max Glasser delivers for Naples.
What could be better than some Mother's Day footy in Spokane? Halftime continues here. And fans, you can scan the QR code to vote for your favorite Lumberbeard co-branded can. The winning can will be sold in stadium and select stores next month. Lumberbeard, your preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Been a big weekend around USL.
It is halftime in League One. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the League One headlines. Fort Wayne FC finally got to enjoy the feeling of playing a home match last weekend. The grand opening of Roth Mortgage Stadium began with 4 goals in the opening 15 minutes, ending in a 2-2 draw with Charlotte Independence. Fort Wayne played 5 away matches in all competitions before that home opener, but gets to enjoy 6 of 7 at home during the month of May. One Knoxville's run to the round of 16 in the U.S. Open Cup earned $50,000 in prize money for being the last remaining League One team in the tournament. Knoxville's signature moment was a victory at DC United in penalty kicks in the round of 32. Congratulations to Greenville Triumph defender Brandon Fricke, the first player to surpass 15,000 minutes in League One history. The numbers are incredible. 173 starts, 49 clean sheets, and he will challenge you on headers, winning 469 aerial duels, the second most in League One history. Upcoming national broadcast, AC Boise and FC Naples next Wednesday. Then it's Richmond Kickers and Charleston Battery in the USL Cup, and Rhode Island hosts Brooklyn in the USL Championship. All 3 matches on the CBS Sports Network. The second half is getting closer. Let's get you back out to your match.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024. Pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
It was a fun first 45 in Spokane. Let's get you caught up with our halftime highlights here on Mother's Day and 509 weekend in Eastern Washington. Spokane got off to a fast start. Luis Heel had an early opportunity before the 8th-minute goal, which came via Meji Alexandra, the left winger, sneaking in behind, squaring up his defender, and planting it in the bottom corner. Just high-level execution from the Miami-born Canadian attacker, scoring his second goal of the season for Spokane Velocity FC, and that set the platform for the rest of the first half. It honestly looked like they would score again shortly after. Couple shots on this chance, first from Heel, then from Lewis on the follow-up. FC Naples had to really weather a couple minutes of pressure right after that goal before they started growing back into this match their own. This was the best sequence from the visitors. A nice flick, ending in a shot for Kevin O'Connor that went over the top. There's a look at our halftime stats. Couple yellow cards for Spokane Velocity, who played off the ball a bit, but certainly generated more opportunities and found that one-goal advantage. But a lot left to play for here between third place Spokane and fourth place FC Naples. This is an opportunity for Naples to really claim a signature win early on in the season. Their 4 wins coming into this match came against teams currently 9th, 11th, 12th, and 14th in the USL League One standings. For Spokane, we know they're excellent at home, and that run has continued so far. A perfect 4-0 in the friendly confines of One Spokane Stadium heading into this match. As we welcome you in for the second half, my name is Parker Johnson, saying Happy Mother's Day to all the moms tuned in. I want to say a special shout out to my mom as well, the one who got me into this beautiful game, and I know she's somewhere watching as we take in this Sunday showcase in USL League One. No changes to speak of at halftime. FC Naples just trying to find some familiarity with this 3-back shape. You could tell that there were some awkward moments early on, but as they worked into that first half, they started figuring out where their good pockets could be in possession. It's been moments of transition that have been toughest as they adjust to this new shape. The unexpected retirement of Max Glasser really throwing a wrench into things for Matt Poland. So they shifted from a 4-back without their right back who started most of their games early this season and have gone to a 3-back with wing backs. For Spokane, a full-strength lineup pretty much for the first time this season. A couple injured players back on the bench. The only notable absence being Carlos Marancio, as Sean Lewis is making his first appearance in goal for the home side. Didn't have a lot of work to do, though, in the first half. No shots on target from FC Naples to trouble him. heel, bounces it out to Moses Mensah, and gets the return, and has Pelaez! Sliding challenge from Yoder. Enough to see it out for an ICCU corner kick. Your Financial Success Fan Club. Great defensive recovery. It looks like Pelaez might have had an angle to get a shot off with his left foot. His heel oversees the corner. In-swinging ball, near post. Miller missed it, so did Gray. Half clearance from Naples. John Brown, the last man back, will knock it back to the goalkeeper, Lewis. Forward it goes in the 48th. Spokane in the lilac kits. Naples in the blue. As it has been a celebratory weekend in Spokane, not just Mother's Day and all the joy that comes along with that, but also 509 Day yesterday. Look at the calendar and you'll see the genesis of that holiday, which represents the area code here in Eastern Washington. Also holds the name of the 509 Syndicate, the supporters group for Spokane Velocity. And all played in. Alexandra. Torres coming up a little hobbled as he sent it behind. More pressure early on in the half from Velocity FC, just the way that they started the first period. This is the ICCU corner kick, your Financial Success Fan Club. Ball played into the 6. Out comes Delgado to punch. Long throw from Opara. It's a real weapon. Gagi got the head on it, but no trouble for Lalo Delgado, who wants to go long quickly, seeking out the run of Miglietti. Miller wins an important duel. Sent forward by Spokane. Touch works out beautifully for Yoder. Played for a moment from FC Naples, but then given back as Lewis spears his way in. Mark Velashvili across to Cameron Miller. Spokane's best offensive performances this season, all coming at home, and it's continued in this one. Already above their season average of 10.5 shots per game. They're at 11 in this one. They've racked up 1.4 XG already. Have their 11th home goal of the year to show for it in 5 matches. Scan now and you can win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, Casa Tap House, Canala, People's Waffle, and Method Juice Cafe. Great ball through the lines. Knocked forward, taken down, and it's a penalty. Lalo Delgado clears out Anwar Pelaez. Spokane will have an opportunity to make the lead 2. It's all created by Luis Gil. Surprise, surprise. But how much contact was there? Delgado puts himself at risk by committing to the challenge. He was off his line and exposed. And even if there's only a slight touch there, the fact that he's brought down Pelaez, who was clear in on goal, makes that an easy decision for Mohamed Kalea. And Anwar Pelaez will step up to take it himself, seeking his first goal in the league this season. Pelaez stutters. He strikes right down the middle, and it's 2-0 to Velocity FC. Travel to one Spokane stadium at your own risk. You may be torn apart. That's how it's looking right now for FC Naples. Coming off a harrowing 3-0 defeat against One Knoxville. It's Spokane all over them. That was the foul. This was the shot. Delgado outclassed on both occasions by Spokane's sparkling striker, Anwar Pelaez. You can see how much that goal means to him. He's been waiting. This is only his second start of the year, his 7th appearance in league play. He did get a goal early on in the Open Cup in the first round against Ventura County FC, but this one will mean something a little more, especially in front of the home fans, as he seeks to find his form. Spokane were able to not just survive, but thrive with Siobhan John Brown playing striker for a few games last month. As Torres comes through. Here's the response from Naples. Just over the crossbar. That was a creative effort from Andres Ferrin, as it fell to him off the shot from Torres. A decent touch, but he had a lot of work left to do. John Brown able to retain the possession. Fernandez keeps it ticking. Mensah flies forward. Alexandra checks in. Plays Mensah through. He is happy to watch Chris Garcia slide that out for a corner. Got to give Luis Gil some credit for that goal from Anwar Pelaez, playing that pass through in such a dangerous area to draw out Delgado. It is he who will take this ICCU corner kick. Looking for another setup. Played short. Fernandez. They switched up the look there, Spokane. The cross in wasn't exactly what they were looking for. Neither was Fernandez's strike in the end, but a little different look from the corner. Cisneros. Macias. Matt Poland getting a couple of changes ready to try to freshen things up for FC Naples. I think Farine may have been trying to dummy that and let it run through for Cisneros, who's out of position now. So Farine running back. Opara does the 180. Looks like one attacking change, one defensive change for Matt Poland. With Dominic Backstein getting ready. And likewise, Tristan Rose in defense. They should have a chance here to make those substitutions. Backstein is the leading scorer, or sorry, the top scoring striker anyways. He's a goal behind Chris Garcia in league play, but his 2 goals are a stronger record than that of Miglietti, who he replaces. Tristan Rose coming in to the back line for some reinforcements here as Matt Poland continues to adjust his options. Good pressure from Siobhan John Brown. Keeps it in on the end line. Near post ball. Almost found Pelaez. Positive goalkeeping from Edward Delgado. Farine. Going at Opara. Has help from Luis Heel defensively. Tried to knock it off him for a corner. Spokane able to get it out momentarily. O'Connor looking towards the back post. It's over the head of Backstein, but doesn't reach Taylor Gray. Unsurprising to see those changes around the 60-minute mark for Naples, who've got another game coming up on Wednesday on the road against AC Boise. Spokane in a better position right now from a squad standpoint and from a schedule standpoint as they kick off a 3-game homestand here in the month of May. All on the same cadence. They get to play at the same time each week on Sunday. Stay in market, and that can mean so much, especially with the team getting healthy, able to train a little bit more, fully take on the identity that Lee Wiedemann wants his team to have. None of that early season survival mode. This is the ICCU Corner Kick, your financial success fan club. O'Connor whipping it in. Macias. Chance for Andre Lewis to turn. He's got Alexandra ahead of him. The pass forces Spokane's opening goal scorer out wide. Still got to run on Cisneros. Low ball in, headed out at the first post. Fernandez takes a dive, and play continues for Spokane. Mensah, back post ball. Heel, cushioned header. Elias stuck a foot in. A little bit dangerous, but Delgado not afraid to get in the line of fire. Backstein pestering Cameron Miller with a run through. Torres able to pick it up on the turn. Great scoop around the corner from Garcia. Checking in with a shot, Cisneros. Could he have played another pass? Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Great look there at the herd, the fan group keeping the beat going there. One of the best atmospheres in USL League One. And success will breed that. It was a point that Lee Veebman made to me this week when I asked about that connection with the fans, and the moments he brought up that stuck with him were times like those playoff games last season where they came out victorious in thrilling circumstances and the fans helped will them over the line. Macias with the left-footed drive. Pretty easy for Sean Lewis in the end. Veebman said he feels like Spokane's home performances this year, as they have now scored 12 goals and conceded just 3 so far in their 5 home matches, have inspired the fans to grow louder and stronger. O'Connor trying to restart the play quickly. Plenty of time for FC Naples, especially if they can find the next goal. Add a little bit of tension. Spokane's back line, so well stocked, so well drilled. That is part of the consistency they've formed as well. It's not just the high-flying attacking performances. It's the solidity of Veebman's system, which has remained consistent and held on to most of its key players through these first couple of years that have resulted in appearances in the USL League One final. It's a tough tackle from Luca Mastrantonio, a man who knows plenty about League One finals from his days at Union Omaha. Spokane with a trio of subs on the way soon. Lewis into the feet of John Brown. Fernandez wants it. He gets it. Lewis keeping the pace of play high, switched out for Alexandra, who welcomes it in gratefully. Heel. So well worked from Spokane. That midfield trio, one of those consistent pieces that I've talked about. Heel, Lewis, and Fernandez, all original, such good chemistry. They start combining through the middle of the park. Heel to serve. Rose heads it away. And here come the subs for Spokane.
Substitution for Spokane. Number 6,
They return to the pitch for two important players here, Nico Brett and Jack Denton. Brett's been out a little longer than the midfielder, Denton. He comes on for Colin Fernandez. Vinyals will replace Luis Heel. Lastly, we'll see Nico Brett enter for the second goal scorer, Anwar Pelaez, after recording his first goal of the season. And it looks like may have picked up a little knock from that last tough tackle on the sideline. He'll do his best to shake that thing off. Hopefully nothing muscular for Pelaez, who has struggled to keep his spot in the starting lineup. But it's Brett coming back from an ankle injury, and Vinyals coming off the bench into a match for the first time this season. Started all 7 previous games for Spokane. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane. Beautiful City Lights kit, and wearing the lilac hues today. Farine. See the idea forming from O'Connor as he combined with Chris Garcia. Spokane just closing all the gaps when needed. They'll give you as much space as they calculate that they can. And then as soon as it's time to block off those channels, somebody steps in the way, whether it's one of the holding midfielders, those two talented center backs. We showed in our pre-match setup how even in that 3-0 defeat against Knoxville, FC Naples did generate a lot of attacking opportunities. Knoxville very much with a smash and grab away performance. Opara. Naples did put 11 shots on goal in that game and generated almost a goal and a half of XG. Been a different story in this one. 0.39 expected goals for the visitors. They've only taken 6 shots and none of them have been on target. They have 1 touch in the penalty area. Correction, 5 touches in the penalty area, as opposed to the 17 for Spokane. 2 more subs for Matt Poland, Hudson Gay, and William Arevalo enter the match. Arevalo just his 2nd appearance in league play. Hudson Gay, a more frequent substitute, has played in every match, including 18 minutes off the bench against Knoxville. Gay will be a useful player over this next set of 2 games due to the fact that he picked up a red card against Miami FC. So he is suspended for next Sunday's match, but he will be available for these 2 league games in between. And with the need to rotate, he could be a potential candidate for Matt Poland to get a few more minutes here, maximize his availability. Another corner on the way for Spokane. Bignal serves. Gagi with the flashing header. Hudson Gay bursting out in transition. Long ball from Taylor Gray. It's Farine, and Gagi getting all the way back after connecting with that first header at the edge of the 6-yard box. What a recovery run. But Gray has it in space again. New Naples wing back. Correas. Gonna get it back to him. Once again, the lane's just closing up. Gay appears to be onside here. Tackled away from Bignals. Backstein with awareness. Cuts it over to Farine. Gray closed down by 3 defenders. Nico Brett looking sprightly, but wasn't able to get that ball back. It's Cisneros tumbling and ultimately losing out to Opara. Into zone 14, strike palmed over the top. A first look for Arevalo. And a first save of the match for Sean Lewis. Make that 2 for the former Knoxville goalkeeper. Nice pullback. Probably headed over the top anyway, but doesn't hurt to give it a helping hand. O'Connor's ball too far for his teammates. Falls out to Cisneros. Decent effort. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM 157 and the Sirius XM app. Tough ball for Gagi to deal with. Run to regain for FC Naples. Farine motoring by. Hudson. Acrobatic header out from Cameron Miller. Coming off a man of the match performance, Miller so steady at the back. Wondered coming into the season with the arrival of Gagi, the arrival of Nick Spielman, who was gonna be the #1 center back pairing, and Gagi and Miller have really established themselves as that top duo. It's a curtain call and an ovation for Meji Alexandra, who got this party started back in the 8th minute with his 2nd home goal of the year, followed by Anwar Pelayas at a similar point in the 2nd half. He gets a rousing round of applause from the Spokane faithful. Derek Waldeck on to see out the final 15. A little bit more of a defensive option there. What they may do is move Mensah into a more advanced position on the left side. Naturally a defender, but can play higher up the field when called upon. John Brown on the move. Farine holds him up momentarily, but Bignal's able to pick it up. Denton senses the pressure. Spokane moving just a step faster than the visitors. Seeming to sense every action before it happens. Winning more than their fair share of loose balls. It's a tactic that soccer fans will know well. You go down with an injury just outside the field of play, and it is in your and your team's best interest if you can slowly, sneakily make your way back on. So Master Antonio not a big fan of that. And the referee has seen the reaction. And Moses Mensah laying prostrate on the pitch to stop this game. Give us a little break with 12 minutes to go, and his team comfortably 2-0 in front. Spokane, you can scan the QR code for your chance to win a free water heater from Raptor Rooter and Plumbing, the proud plumbing partner of your Spokane Velocity. Lee Wiedemann with a troublesome spot here. All of a sudden, he's picked up the notebook because if Moses Mensah does need a substitution, that would definitely change the plans. He's just tried to move him into a more attacking position, bringing on Waldeck for some defensive reinforcements. Still do have one change available. And it sounds like they will make it. It's going to be a very defensive switch. Ibrahim Kovi preparing to come on. He is a center back, and Mensah had moved into a left wing position. So that's a big shift for Spokane as they're going to try to lock up shop and maybe, just maybe, provide a chance for Matt Poland to adjust and roll the dice here with 10 minutes to go. You get the sense that Naples have enough juice to try to make something happen in these final 10 minutes. They've shown flashes in this match. One of the top teams in this league, generated 13 shots. They just haven't done so with much accuracy. So Ian Cerro is going to be the final replacement for Naples as they bring off Andres Ferrin. And we see the entrance of Kovi for the injured Mensah. Scan now for your latest ticket deals for Spokane Velocity FC. Wonderful summer of soccer in Spokane. Started off this spring with a flurry of matches that included some MLS hosts with Seattle Sounders and NWSL Seattle Reign coming to town. See Mensah making his way back to the bench. Waldeck spotting the ball over. John Brown played up. Brett wants to get it back to the Grenadian forward. Trickles out just beyond Mensah. Opara using that long throw as a weapon. Numbers left forward here if Backstein can hit on the break. He's then in chase with Waldeck, who wins it and plays his former Knoxville teammate, Sean Lewis. There's a man down, Siobhan John Brown appears to be clutching his head, and so that will require a stoppage in play. Not sure exactly what happened there. As John Brown went down off the ball. Mohamed Kalea will start counting the extra seconds to tack on at the end and usher on the trainers here. John Brown off to such a bright start this season. Lee Wiedemann opting to use him as a center forward, a move that paid off to the tune of 2 goals and 1 assist after he came back from the international break. As Wiedemann looks on, caught up with him this week, and he made sure we knew that Mother's Day in the UK is much earlier than it is in the United States. So he had already done his due diligence there, but he reflected on his upbringing to a single mother, saying that there's so much pressure on her to make sure that you grow up right and you learn the right life lessons. He said, my mother has done a fantastic job with that, and speak for the fans in Spokane, who are surely grateful as their head man in charge has led the way to 2 consecutive League One finals, and John Brown back to his feet, able to walk off under his own power, which is definitely a positive sign. The bad news, though, for Spokane is that they just used their final sub, so unless John Brown can continue, they may be playing with 10 here. Looks like he's going to try to soldier through. But how much do they want to risk it? One of their best attacking players. They've only got 6 minutes plus stoppage time to try to wrap up this result with a 2-goal cushion. Interesting dilemma facing Lee Wiedemann. John Brown does look very ginger. So we just peer down on him below our broadcast position. FC Naples want to try to scrape a result out of this match. They've got to do something quickly. Maybe they can capitalize on the deflation in the energy. Arevalo. Cisneros may have taken a touch on the way through. Corner coming for FC Naples. So for now, Spokane playing with 10. This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. The good news for Lee Wiedemann is that he's already brought on an extra defender, so if they do have to try to hold down the fort, they will have the necessary personnel. There's Siobhan John Brown sneaking in at the bottom of the screen. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Denton, back from injury, played over the top for Brett. John Brown limping his way out to pressure. Gutting it out for the final minutes. A lead provided by Meji Alexandra in the 8th minute. Doubled by Anwar Pelaez the other side of halftime. Spokane have thoroughly looked a League One contender against the team coming in 4th place in the standings. For Naples, after defeat by a 3-0 scoreline to Knoxville, it's looking like another scoreless loss to one of the top teams in the division. Cisneros. Gray looking for the back post. Opara there to beat Cerro to it. John Brown, what a ball that is. Playing on seemingly a leg and a half, he's able to ping one into Nico Brett. But Naples come the other way. O'Connor wandering forward. Backstein looking for a shot. Picks it back up. Pressured by Binos. Hudson. O'Connor can line one up. Oh, great strike and a better save from Sean Lewis to keep the sheet clean for now. You give O'Connor that type of space, he's gonna laser one. Almost put it in the top corner. Instead, an ICCU corner kick. Lewis coming out and claiming. Win big at Spokane's favorite casino, Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino, located in Airway Heights. As Lewis airs it out, trying to give his team a way forward. Brown continuing to battle. At Bellevue University, your success is the only thing that matters. That's why they offer education that's designed to help you achieve your next goal. Find out more at degrees.bellevue.edu/goals. Five minutes of second half stoppage time, and this half stoppage is presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino, Resort, and Hotel. In the 4 wins Spokane have had at home, they've only kept 1 clean sheet. That was in the season opener against Union Omaha. Oh, that was lovely from Binos, who gasps at his own creativity. It was Brett who started it all. And that would have really lifted the top off of this crowd in Spokane. O'Connor readying for launch. Time running out on FC Naples on the road. Headed behind by Gagi. Corner for FC Naples. Insero takes, aiming in towards goal. Lewis had to make a save. And that was almost an Olympic goal. So now to the other side. It's Chris Garcia. Cisneros. Denton can't keep it in. Seconds more for FC Naples. Sent behind by Gagi. Naples ready to go short with the corner if they can. Vignal's backed up by the referee. This is the ICCU corner kick. Delivered to the back post, headed out by Miller. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network. Oh, what a goal! 2-1! And Naples have 30 seconds left to try to steal it. They will take something away off the long throw. Master Antonio waits at the edge of the box, and it's bar down from the FC Naples center half. How much time do they have left? That may add a few more ticks onto our given 5 minutes of stoppage time, but there really is not much left for Naples to get an equalizer. All of a sudden, a little jeopardy that was hardly there for the first 94 minutes. Cleared out by Vignals. We'll see how much longer Mohamed Kalea lets this go. Master Antonio delivers it forward. Taken down by Torres. And Spokane, with an extra bead of sweat on their brow, get the job done on Mother's Day. A 90-plus minute performance was needed as they come away 2-1 victors in this top four clash of League One Titans. Spokane Velocity improving to a perfect 5-0 record at home, where they will stay for the next two matches as FC Naples hit the road to take on AC Boise. Handshakes all around from Lee Wiedman. Sean Lewis was not able to keep the clean sheet in the end in his first start in league play for Spokane. But they will take the 3 points and move on here after goals from Beji Alexandra and Anwar Pelayas were able to get the job done for Velocity FC. So that does it for our full 90. A 2-1 scoreline at the end. We'll bring you highlights and our play of the match right after this short break.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca un poco de ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024 pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Lee Veidman won't be happy with conceding the goal in stoppage time, but everything else pretty much went to plan for Spokane Velocity in today's match, brought to you by Primera Blue Cross. A 2-1 win at home for Spokane, who equal one Knoxville at the top of the USL League One standings on 17 points after 8 matches. It's a goal that will go in Luca Mastrantonio's career highlight package, but beyond that, it meant little to FC Naples on the day, who finish with their second straight defeat after a loss to one Knoxville last weekend. They ended up tallying 18 shots, put 4 of them on target, and held more of the ball, but Spokane Velocity, to my eye, the better team in this one, and starting to stake their claim as they get healthier and healthier as a real contender in USL League One. Certainly a team that you do not want to play at home, which is where they'll be for their next couple of matches. Well, we want to give a huge thank you, especially to our production crew putting in the hours on this Mother's Day, and we say Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there watching. It's been a pleasure to cover this one with you. My name is Parker Johnson, signing off from Spokane as Velocity FC earn the 2-1 win.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.